someone is يعني mocking us. He's saying, can I marry a 7-year-old? Subhanallah. What an ignorant remark that would be about humankind in general. Back in the day, people got married at a younger age, and that was considered the norm, not like us now. And why is that? If you did not know, but back in the day there were wars, and a lot of men died because men are the essential and the number one participants, the fighters, basically, mostly are men. So what they did in order not to be extinct as tribes, as states, as countries, is that they would get married at a younger age. So if a country right now that decides that the marrying age is what? Is 18. And in the future they say no, 19. Do we now say about those that are in the past that they are wrong, and they put these rules and they use these things because of their rules and their governing and their environment and their circumstances and so on? But never, and it does not say anywhere that if she is not capable and she is not ready and she's not able, that she is forced into it. It's all, this is the norm, ya ikhwa. This is the norm. Even men got married at a younger age. Some of the Sahaba, the difference between him and his son is 11 years or 12 years. Like Amr ibn al-As and Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As. But they don't say it, for example, because it's not going to give Muslims a negative image. So they focus on what? On our mother Aisha radiyallahu anha wa ardaha. You're talking about 1,400 years in the past, more than 1,400 years in the past. Are you an expert on life at that time and at that part of the world and the climate and the conditions of people? Yet you give yourself the authority to come now and to mock almost 2 billion people. Not just mock them, mock the most valuable thing that they have, thinking that your principles 1,400 years later, with air conditioning and with all of this technology and lifestyle that back in the day even kings did not live like this, and you think that this applies to them 1,400 years ago. Therefore, not a single one of them at that time criticized this. Just like nowadays, not a single one of us criticize the current age, for example, for marriage in our countries. This is the norm. This is our situation. Subhanallah. Back in the day, when a tribe lost 70 men, for example, who can take care of them? Who do they want? The manpower. They want the providers. They want those that can carry the hardship. They want the protectors. They want to... So they got married at a younger age in order to have more offspring, more, subhanallah. And you think this is something that is a stab against our religion? And even nowadays, you have countries and states that they have differing ages for marriage. So we must understand, barakallahu fikum. We must understand, first of all, we have manners. And we must understand that there is a context, there is a history, there are circumstances, there are life-threatening circumstances, and it is regulated in such a way that is appropriate for those people at that time. And it was something that they handled. It's not torture. It's not what you think in your mind, something evil and something. It was the norm. Imagine if in the future they only get married at 30 years of age. So we are evil now because the age for marriage is 18, or the age of marriage, or whatever it is in at a certain country. We should be labeled evil, and we should be... That's why I say there is ignorance. Barakallahu fikum. We have to be educated. We have to educate ourselves. If you hate something, yani, don't try to yani, ruin the reputation or start propaganda or something like that. We have to understand as well. We have to understand, and we have to look at it in a learned, appropriate, informed way as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and do. Ameen. طيب.